Hey again, everybody. So, today I'm going to talk about letting go, or I guess in a way, holding on to certain things. So, title of the video is Let It Be Part of Your Story. And what I'm saying there is that when we face things that are difficult and things that maybe are traumatizing or things that we didn't expect to go through or were intending to, but they just kind of happen to us, outside of our own control. And when we get past those things, which we always do, the lesson of either clinging onto it as a negative and almost using it as an excuse, or that, oh, I've been through this, I deserve this, or things like that, and instead letting it go, but more so letting it be part of your story. And by that I mean that you kind of have to take those things with you. Like, those things are always going to be a part of you. And that sometimes it's difficult to kind of accept that that happened to you, or that certain things have happened to you. And you might want to try to forget those things or completely cut them out of your mind, which is possible, through therapy and things like that. But sometimes we need to keep those things with us in a way that is empowering rather than bringing us down. And so, my example of this is, ever since I was little, I've had a speech impediment. And when I do these videos, I do a lot of audio editing. There are a lot of times that I stammer or I get stuck and I stutter on things. It's a lot better now than when I was younger. When I was younger, I could barely speak. But it's definitely gotten better the more confident that I've become and the older that I've gotten over it a lot more. But there are still times that it is pretty bad. And those are usually times that I'm stressed out and that maybe my confidence is lower, things like that. And so when I make these videos, I kind of edit a lot of those things out. And I do that not because I feel insecure about it, but just because I it would take me longer to say the things that I want to say, and the videos would be longer because of that. But this is one thing that I didn't choose to have, right? I was just born with it, and you can get into the science of it, of what might cause it, and all of those things. But at the end of the day, it's just a card that I was dealt, right? I didn't have any choice. But I choose what it means to me now and what it's taught me. And I think that instead of using or having those things where you don't have control over it and it's just given to you, a lot of people, you can either use that as an excuse for why you might be upset, or why you might treat other people differently, or why you might view yourself in a negative way, that you just are less because of it. And that's the kind of narrative that you tell yourself. And I know that I've had that with my speech impediment and with giving presentations in school, that I felt that I had to have a handicap that my peers didn't have to have, that I would never be able to do public speaking, that I would never be able to do anything that was sales oriented, things like that. And as I've struggled with it and gotten better and been able to speak more fluently, I have learned so much about how much patience that it taught me, and how I very rarely interrupt other people when they speak. And it's given me a lot more understanding of listening to people, because I want that so badly from other people, that when I get stuck and I stammer and I stutter, that the person is going to wait and be patient with me and wait until I can get it out and not try to finish what I'm trying to say. And so since I have that desire from other people, I am more easily able to give that to other people. And so in this way, I think that I've been able to learn how to listen to people better because of my own desire for being listened being that much higher because of it. So on a broader sense, I think that things like that, where we're just given something negative, or maybe we do make a bad choice. Maybe we do something that sets us up for failure, or we get involved with somebody or something that is negative, that is, draining us. But we made that choice, right? And we can't really go back on it. And so when you move on, or you make the next choice, maybe instead of entirely letting that thing go, you think, okay, how is this the next part of my story? How can this be something that is going to be empowering to me and in my grand narrative of what my life is? Is this just a chink in the armor, or is this like a fatal wound? Right? Is this going to be the end of my story? And in most cases, when you face something, it's not really heavy enough to be the end, right? It's not the end of the world. And when you journal and you keep track of things and you monitor what your progress is, and you can kind of see almost a hero's journey story in your own life of, like, I went through this bad thing, but I had a call to action, and maybe that's going to the gym, maybe that's reading more, maybe that's whatever self-improvement thing that you want to do. That's your call. And then as you see your progress, that's your rising action. But there's going to be downfalls, and there's going to be things that are going to try to bring you further down. But when you think of the hero's journey, that just gives the hero more motivation to keep moving forward. So overall, I just think that it's all about mindset with these kind of things. And I was thinking about this because I have been a little bit lacking on my self-discipline recently. I haven't been in the gym as much as I want to. I've been behind on school assignments. And today, though, I had a surge of motivation, finally, to just get back into it. And so my homework's all done. I went to the gym today with my brother, saw one of my friends there, and was just reminded that, okay, I can still do this thing. Even though I had this, week or so where I was kind of off the horse, I wasn't really on top of what I was supposed to be doing, I was able to get back into it. And because I had that lower point, my appreciation of getting back into it and hopping back onto the grind of it, I love it even more because I feel so much more like I'm doing what I should be doing, and I'm more proud of myself because I know that there are times that I'm weak and that I won't be motivated to do it. So yeah, just kind of wanted to talk about that. And then I also had that quote at the beginning of accepting things and accepting change. And so, I just kind of want you guys to think about this and think about things that are in your life that maybe are parts that make your story more interesting, and things that you can use in your story of yourself that is that next call to action and is the next motivator for you to push harder and to go further. So that's all I have for you for today. I'll see you in the next one.